Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the June 1st edition of the Monday Night Jams, where I am going to welcome singer-songwriter, indie, folk. I guess we can't really put a finger on exactly what classification he comes in, but we'll go with indie. Indie is what we're going to go with. I have special guest Wayne Bedecki coming on tonight with me. But first, I've opened so many of these shows with some sad news and horrible things going on in the world. But tonight, I would like to take a moment to bring a very special guest onto the show with me really quick and bring some positivity to her, because tomorrow is my little girl's birthday. This is Charlie Jean. Tomorrow, she's going to be 6 years old. So I figured tonight I would bring her on and let her wave to everybody. Say hi. So tomorrow's her big 6th birthday, and she gets to celebrate it at home because of COVID-19. So I want to make sure that everybody out there in Facebook land got to say, hey, and I'll wish her a happy birthday because she's a special little kid and deserves it so much. All right. Love you. Go on back out. Okay. I'll see you later on. Go on out and watch the show. She's going to go sit in the other room and watch the show on her iPad. She's a dedicated viewer. All right. So now that I got her out of the way, notice how red she got and embarrassed. It's so cute. Let's bring Mr. Wayne Bedecki to the show. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
Not too much, man. Not too much at all. How's about you?
Oh, not too bad, man. Just hanging out, getting ready to play some tunes. Not much different than any other night, except tonight I'm hanging with you doing it.
Yeah. And you got your mic working tonight.
I know, man. What a battle.
We had some panic mode audio issues before the show tonight. We couldn't get his mic.
Yeah.
We got her though.
We're rolling now, man.
We're rolling for sure. That's the key. The better the audio, the better the show.
Absolutely, man.
Some people just run from their phones and it sounds good, but if you can throw it together on a microphone, it really does.
Yeah, I think everyone's trying to get it together a little more now. During the pandemic, everyone's been getting some mic stuff figured out.
Yeah, everybody's been buying the interfaces. Long and McQuaid is loving life right now.
They're loving it, man. Yeah.
So yeah, man, welcome to the show. I'd like to thank Elise Aaron for giving you the nod there. Like I said, I was talking to you in the green room. I was scrolling through the Nova Scotia Kitchen Party like I've been doing, looking for people to hop on the show, and I came across you and I was listening. I'm going, oh shit! I've heard this guy's name 1,000 times. He's really good. I'm going to ask him to be on the show. And as soon as I thought that in my head, I get a message from Elise saying, if you're looking for somebody for the show, you should really consider bringing Wayne Bedecki on. He's really good. And I was like, did you just read my mind or what's going on there? But like, she wasn't wrong. She was right on par with it. So yeah.
I appreciate being here, man. Me and Elise were actually supposed to play Songwriter Circle together. Me, her, and Colette DeVoe at Talo during all this, but we had to cancel it. So
hey,
we never got to play together before.
Yeah. Hopefully, well, they're starting to lift some restrictions, and I'm kind of weary about them lifting the restrictions and that. And there is, everybody's like, oh, we get to go out and go to bars and that, but like that's not the case. Like it's not going to be that way yet. You're not going to be out at Govs at 1:30.
No, I think we're still a little bit away.
Yeah, we're a long ways away, but it is good. Like, there are some small places that are booking artists to go in and just play dinner music basically to get them back out there. And it's good that they're getting that support back out there for those guys. And
there's some light at the end of the tunnel, man.
Yeah, those venues need you guys as much as you guys need those venues. Right.
Yeah.
You guys fill seats. You guys fill extra seats for them. Not that they have many seats to go around, but But that's what it's going to be for right now.
Yeah, half capacity, man.
Oh, it's which for a place like Port Governors.
Yeah, it's not many people up there.
No, that's like 5 people that they're going to be allowed to let in the door on a regular basis. There.
Yeah, I don't think it would change my cover door fee at the end of the night too much anyway. Some nights there, but
I think Daryl's going to have to start charging more at the door for less people. That's all. But hey, it's worth every penny going out and
I love that place.
Physically sitting there. It doesn't matter where it is, if it's there or the tap room or anywhere around. As long as I can sit down and listen to somebody live and enjoy a beer.
And me and Jordan, we talk about it all the time too in Cape Breton right now. It's just like it's absolutely the best time for like us like solo musicians looking for any gigs. Like there's so many new places popping up all over Sydney and Cape Breton. Like it's incredible, man.
Yeah,
So
like I know, for example,
such
like
a good,
here in North Sydney, I live in North Sydney.
yeah,
Paul and Sherry Finney own Escape Outdoors, and their daughter owns a business upstairs. And
yeah,
I at one point had my photography studio in there, and he had the basement gutted, and it was all rustic and cool looking. And he was like, "Someday I'd like to turn it into a bar," and he did. And it's like a 35 person seating
the
little,
cellar.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's
like,
awesome. It's
oh, it's
so
such
cool,
a
man.
cool little intimate spot that you can
Yeah,
just
and
go sit and
we played
relax.
there. Me and Jordan Musician and Rusty James did a songwriter circle there in February, and we sold tickets, and yeah, it was just like such a cool venue over there, man. So
Yeah.
cool.
I just
Yeah,
love that you can, like, your VIP room is in the old bank vaults.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
That's
so
cool as hell,
cool.
right? They have them wide open. You just sit inside there and get to chill
Yeah,
out, and you get a perfect view of who's there. And I know last time I talked to Paul, he was doing some work to remove those pillars that were right in front of where you
yeah,
guys sat. So,
yeah, yeah. They're kind of strange right by the stage, but yeah, it's a cool
hey,
venue.
hey,
There's
man,
so
it's
many.
an old building. So
Yeah,
you got to do what you
you
got
know,
to
you
do.
can't move those pillars, man. The whole thing flat.
No, no. Some night I'd like to do a live Monday night jam from there.
Yeah, man, it's a
I
cool
I've talked
place.
to Paul and them. See if we can set that up some Monday night. Just chill and jam for a couple hours and
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
hang out. But yeah, speaking of jamming, that's what we're here for. The Monday night
Yeah,
jams.
yeah,
You
let's
got a
do it, man.
yeah, you got a jam for us right off the hop.
Yeah, sure, man. I'll start us off with my song Abigail.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wayne Bedecki.
Thanks, buddy. Abigail left on the train to Montreal. Swore she'd leave it all behind. The books are covered in ash from all the bridges she left burning through the night. And she finally found the reason why. With all her broken hearts left behind, she made her home in the city, close to the neon lights, danced away most her nights. Found faith in smiles far away from all those little lies. Truth in her heart she realized that she could sing, she could dance through the night. And in the morning all her dreams come to life. For denial of a need is a funny, funny thing. Like the loss of love and losing will set you free. All you're left with is your time and those old memories. The movie reel is so dark and mean. With your heart to the sky, you'll quickly realize you've been in the same place this whole time. It's called being alive. Oh, it's called being alive. It's called being alive. Abigail found herself thinking of home. The ocean's in her heart. She hangs a canvas painting on the wall of a one-bedroom apartment. Sees it play a part. When a tear rolls down her face, because she only saw its beauty and its grace. And the ghosts no longer haunt that place, because she's changed. as she's changed. For denial of a need is a funny, funny thing. Like the loss of love and losing what sets you free. All you're left with is your time and those old memories. The movie reel is so dark and mean. With your heart to the sky, you'll quickly realize you've been in the same place this whole time. It's called being alive. Oh, it's called being alive. It's called being alive. It's called being alive. Oh, it's called being alive. It's called being alive.
Oh, all right, man. That wasn't too damn. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen you live. I've just seen what you have online, and man, you got some voice to you. That's
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
man. That's damn good. I listened to that your coffee tune.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're a little bit more clean shaven and whatnot on that
Yeah,
video.
that's an old one, man. Yeah, that's an
Yeah,
old
no,
video.
I listened to that a few times today. I'm like, yeah, he's got a really good sound, but
Oh,
you
cool,
know,
man.
yeah,
Thank you.
that was
Appreciate that.
that was through a whole lot of sound mixing, and there's some audio engineers out there that can
Oh,
make a
yeah.
guy on the stage sound
Yeah,
damn good.
that was at Tipsy Ease at Center 200. So, yeah,
Oh, so you had Devin and John working with
there's a
you.
couple of good brains behind that sound for sure.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say good brains, but you had Devin and John working there with you. I can trash talk. Devin's my brother-in-law.
Oh, right on. Man.
Yeah, so I can trash talk him. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an old video, man. That's I actually play that song quite a bit differently now. Yeah, it's changed a little bit since I took it in the studio and stuff. So that's why I was supposed to get some videos redone, and then COVID happened. So they're the only ones I have, but
Hey,
yeah,
well,
they're good for now.
yeah, bear with us. We're all in
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
struggle together. We all hear it. So hey, I just want to give a
Seriously,
shout
yeah.
out to everybody here saying hey. You got Brandon Bates on there from Broken Road, former guest of the show.
And
Said you're sounding pretty damn good there. Danny Victor, Danny's on there. Danny
Danny,
just rocked
just
out on
did
the guitar show with Dylan DeVoe the other night. Was a
yeah.
beauty of a show.
It was.
Danny's been plucking the strings for a few years.
Yeah, man. He's a great writer as well.
Yeah, he
Great
is. He's
writer.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Hello to Darlene McCarthy. She's here pretty well every week. Faithfully, I always get a hey from her, and I usually miss her. So hey there. Hello to the Pero and DeVoe house. I know you guys are watching, as you always are. And I got Jerry Bedecki. I'm
Oh,
gonna say probably a relative.
yeah.
Yeah,
Biggest fan there, buddy.
yeah. Well, and our speaking of biggest fan, my biggest fan of the Monday Night Jam, and I can guarantee from the second I hit start broadcast to end broadcast, she's with me every week, and she gets so hyped up and asks nonstop. It's Kirsten Confiance. Oh, hi, Kirsten. How you doing, honey?
Hi, Kirsten.
Yep. And also my good bud and regional police officer out there doing his best to serve and protect us all the time, Mr. Brian Barkhouse, who's slowly fallen in love with this show. He just kind of picked up on it one night, and now he looks forward to it every Monday night. Last week he was kind of upset that he had to work, and I was like, well, just throw your phone on the patrol car dash and just drive around listening to the Monday Night Jam. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, plug it into the car stereo and you're good to go.
That's right. Just ignore everything else going on. So yeah, man, how long you been doing this thing?
So I've been playing, for a long time since I was, like 13 or 14, and I was always kind of bedroom playing a lot of my life, like even through like,
my late teens and early 20s and stuff. I was a big bedroom player, and I'd play at parties and whatnot, but not everyone knew that I played. But just kind of started playing out around Cape Breton a couple of years ago, probably like 3 now, and it kind of snowballed pretty quick. And I've always been writing and stuff as well, and like I've been writing a lot of songs before I ever thought anyone was going to hear them, and so yeah, it snowballed pretty quick over the last couple of years, man. It's been a lot of fun. So now I'm back up in Halifax now, and I've been in the studio the last little while with Mark Paczynski, and we're about halfway through putting the album together. So it's been a fun little ride the last couple of years in the music scene. So
Yeah, and I guarantee you can agree with me and say this, that if you were anywhere else in the world, it might take you a little bit longer to get there, but the support that you get from one another down here, musicians and industry and
man.
general public, really gives you that push to get you out there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like the musicians around like the island and even up in Halifax as well. It's just like it's definitely why one of the major reasons why I'm still doing it and like still like inspired to do it. And like yeah, everyone's just so helpful, man, and everyone's just always reaching out a hand and giving advice and willing to help. And yeah, it's incredible, man. It really is. It's a very welcoming community.
Yeah, nobody's
Definitely feel it.
better than anybody else. It's
Yeah,
kind of
man.
thing, right?
Everyone's
Like,
yeah, it's great.
it doesn't matter if they're 40-year veterans or they're just starting out. Everybody's like, hey, let's sit down and chat, and what do you do and what do you use, and everybody's pretty friendly with one another, and always willing to say, hey, we should jam together sometime, or hey, let's
Yeah,
write a tune together. So like,
yeah, big time.
you might
Yeah,
never ever hear that song that you write, but it's cool to sit down and write with somebody.
yeah, man. It's all about those moments, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, and it's been like incredibly welcoming, man. And like I said, like that's what inspires me. Even like I find when I feel like I might hit a rut or something, I end up like hanging out with somebody, and it kind of gives me that little spark that I might need at a certain time or something like that, right? And just one little thing they might say or anything like that. But yeah, the music community is like it's very, very welcoming, especially on the island. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, I couldn't play an instrument if my life depended on me, but I I work in the media business and I do some photos and video stuff and that. But I mean, I still see us like hanging out in the green rooms, hanging
Yeah.
out backstage, standing in Gov's parking lot. Like you see it, right? Like
Standing at the bottom of the stairs of bunkers, eh?
that's right. You see it, right? You see the camaraderie
Absolutely.
between musicians and that. And like, we were joking about the capacity of Governors. You go to Governors on any good night, probably half crowd you allowed in there is other musicians,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they all go out to support just as much as you go out to support them. So it's pretty good.
Yeah. 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 It's always that's where everyone's always hanging, man.
Yeah, it's the place to be. Artie's just got to figure out how he can put another like 30 feet on the side of that place
Yeah. Yeah.
and get her going.
Yeah. The beer garden will be the part of the patio this summer, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? That was probably the smartest idea that man has ever come up with. Put a little stage in the corner and put your beer literally on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
You do nothing but just drive people in the door.
Seriously.
It was a genius idea. I heard rumor, I don't know how true it is, that there's going to be another beer garden somewhat the same further down the Esplanade.
Oh wow. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how exciting that is for this summer at this point, but we'll see.
Not this summer, but eventually it'll be awesome that you can
Yeah, man. Yeah,
stagger from the
like I
same
said,
street from beer garden to beer garden.
there's been more and more places popping open around the island, man. It's been incredible.
Yeah, well, like for like Daniels just reopened, relaunched, changed the whole outlook of the place, the whole style, everything's completely different about it, but it's still Daniels.
Yeah.
It's back to one of the original owners, so that's cool. The former cave is now being flipped into a new venue called Crawley's. Jim Deleski's opening that place up, so
Cool.
yeah, he's turning it into Crawley's Rock Bar and Eatery. So that's like he got rid of that big black wall out front, and it's all windows out front now.
Oh, cool.
So
That's a really good venue, man. Like it's a good
yeah,
size room for sure.
yeah. Well, I did a lot of work there when it was Allure.
Yeah.
It felt like it's always just been a really cool room. So
Yeah,
it's
it
cool to
is.
watch it change now. But
Yeah.
I think it's cool that there's windows outside that you can literally walk down the street and see what's happening inside.
Yeah.
That's going to make a huge difference in everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So do you got another tune for us? Everybody's
sure,
sitting here
buddy.
listening to us talk. Brandon's driving home from the Home Depot right now.
Oh, he's after work, is he?
Yeah, he's after work. He's on the way home from the depot, and he's
Just
got
out there with his broken robe mask on out there.
yeah, he's got
Broken
he's got us plugged into the stereo of the car, turned up loud, just hanging out, listening to us on his drive home.
Right on.
Yeah. So hey, I guess we'll send this one out to Brandon Bates then, since
For
he's
sure,
just
man.
rocking along with us.
Cool, man. Well, I guess since you brought it up, I guess I'll play Coffee for you. Since
Yeah, sounds good. I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear the not few-year-old version.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a newer version, but yeah, this is my song Coffee.
All right.
Told me to meet you at Chimney's Coffee, walk by 1,000 times, never felt a heartbeat stop dragging my feet. So our eyes can meet before dark. It's not like it's that far. Many times walked this way before. It's been washed away. Legs are sore. And that's life. Opening doors, I'll move along. It's kinda like my next song. Fill my cup with hope disguised as coffee. Fill my cup with what those lovers been drinking. Your mind's being cold, like a ship that's sinking. Fill my cup with hope disguised as coffee. Time and time when I've had this feeling, it brought light to the darkest reason. Put on hold by life and its demons, I felt the rain and wash away my pain. Fill my cup with hope disguised as coffee. Fill my cup with what those lovers been drinking. I've been through the door and bought it all before. Heart out on the floor, it ain't there anymore. Fill my cup, fill my cup, and I'll drink it up. If it's what those lovers been drinking. Fill my cup with hope disguised as coffee.
Man, that is That is toned down. I like it.
Tone down, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I like I do love the original. I do I love the version that I heard,
Yeah.
but like to hear it that Kirsten just said that song is beautiful. It's like
Thank you.
you know, I listen to the song, you hear the lyrics and that, but coffee stands out. So you hear this
Yeah.
somber love song, and I'm like, is he in love with coffee that much?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
when I listen to that other version, I feel like I didn't realize until I got in the studio and we did it. And like I think it was early in the morning when I did it. And I don't know if I planned on doing it that like at that pace, but then when I go back, I don't watch that YouTube video very often. When I listen to it, I feel like someone just pressed fast forward. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a little bit more, it's not, I mean, it's not upbeat,
Yeah.
but it is a little bit quicker than that version. But that version's beautiful, man. Absolutely. It's
That
a,
was kind of the first song I did that I was really, really, really happy with. Like it was the first. I wrote a lot of songs, but then that was the one that I was like, oh, that's a good song. They
yeah.
don't always end up like that, but that was the first
No,
for sure.
no. So with that comment, the whole
Yes.
basis of this show when I came back with it wasn't just sit here playing music. It was I wanted to kind of model it around the storytellers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like the MTV Unplugged and the VH1
Yeah.
storytellers. Because
Yeah.
my favorite thing about any song I hear is I want to know why it was written.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
what inspired that song? What made you put that pen to the paper and build that?
So I told the story last week. I don't always get into the details of it, but it was a week I was up. I was living in Cape Breton, came up to Halifax for the week. And Sunday night, I saw Jordan Musician at the Carlton. And Wednesday night, I saw Jack White at Scotiabank. And Thursday night, my buddy Rusty James played a show. And then Friday night, me and Rusty James played a show at Sniggly Wiggly's. And we just had a blast with Evan McCracken, who came and played the fiddle with us. And then Saturday afternoon, I saw one of my favorite songwriters, Donovan Woods, at St. Michael's Church in the afternoon. And it was just like the biggest music week. It was such a good week. And yeah, and it was a big party week, and there was a lot going on at the time. And then I sat down, literally, man, like this is one song that I sat down in a coffee shop on Spring Garden Road, and I took my pen out and I wrote the entire song down. And I got up and I walked back to my brother's house and I picked up the guitar and played the chords through once, and it all worked. And it never happens like that. But that one just, pen to paper. Yeah. But yeah, the hope disguised as coffee was a lyric I was happy with. So
If that's, can you still hear me here?
yeah, it's a little
No.
quieter, but
Yeah, I just dialed down. There we go. I just had to dial it back up
There
a
you go,
tiny bit there. I lost it.
Yeah.
I was getting some clicking in my ears.
yeah.
It's a good thing wearing in-ear monitors, but it sucks when you get that clicking going on in your
Yeah,
ears. Yeah, I had to turn down for a minute. So yeah, that's cool. That's a
Yeah,
huge
It was
a huge weekend of music.
yeah, it was just so inspiring, right? And it was yeah, it was that just came out at the end of that one, man. And yeah.
Yeah, no, Jordan's he's got such a unique sound, but his songwriting is just
Incredible, man.
oh man, I'm sorry, the guy wrote a song about mountain fries
And GST checks.
and GST checks, right?
It's incredible.
Yeah, and getting cut off and like
Yeah.
stuff that we can all relate to. Like I've been cut
Oh,
off.
He's great, man.
I've been pumped to get a GST check. I've definitely eaten a shitty poutine from Mountain Fries. It's been the end of the night. And that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But even his description of the inside of the Capri in that song.
I know, man. It's so good.
Yeah, he's got it's down pat. So yeah, no, and then to see Jack White, like Jordan Musician, Jack, like
yeah, man. Jack White was wild at Scotiabank. Yeah, what a show. A lot of buddies were there. Yeah, it was a fun week, man. And we played a super fun show. And then I don't know if you listen to Donovan Woods, but he's like, I was listening to him a lot at the time, and that was an incredible show. But yeah, Jack White's like one of the best of all time, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of like those adventures and going to see things that you never thought you'd see. Well, it's my buddy Blaze has been blowing up my Facebook all day today with the videos and reminders of the Facebook memories.
Oh god,
Uh,
they terrify me, man.
but you know what?
I mean,
Hilarious enough. A year ago today, I was in Truro, and right about now, I was seeing All for One and Maestro Fresh West
wow,
getting ready to see Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice. Wow,
Yeah, talk about an absolute just random experience.
that is an intro of that.
Yeah, in Truro. That's like they tried to bring it here and it flopped. Like they couldn't even sell tickets for it here. But they added like a few acts down here, and the tickets were almost double what they were up there. So it was, it was well worth the trip though. Like,
Yeah,
I got to see Vanilla Ice sing "Ice Ice Baby."
that's it, man. You can die happy, man.
Yeah, well, actually, I was more excited about hearing him sing "Go Ninja Go" because like I'm a Ninja Turtles kid. Like that's
Fair.
so the fact that I got to see him actually do the "Go Ninja Go" dance and sing it on stage, I was like, this is everything about life right now.
That's awesome. Too funny.
Yeah, but hey, that's all music that makes us, right? We all grew up on different things and different inspirations. Like what's something that makes Wayne Bedecki with your musical influences?
So I grew up around a house with at Tom O'Keefe's house. So he was had some recordings done. He owned a recording studio, and he was around with like Gordy and those guys like way back in the day. And if you look at the Cape Breton Bands Facebook page, he has a
Yep.
bunch on there, the Man of Steel and all. He had some awesome stuff. And so I grew up around his house, so there was always instruments and everything banging around there. And then Chris O'Keefe, his son, he taught me guitar, so he's my cousin. And he got me into it just from hanging out around the house and all that. And he was always trying to convince me. So he was, you'll know this since you're a caber. So he was Mr. Crow's Garden, Worthy Lies.
Yeah, Worthy Lies.
Chris was in Mr. Crow's Garden. So
that is like one MP3. I can guarantee every computer I've ever owned
absolutely, man. Yeah.
has to go on a thumb drive and transfer to the next computer.
Absolutely. That's where the original kind of influences came from, right around the house and family parties and stuff like so.
Man, I would give anything just to see those guys do one reunion show. Like, how cool would it be, right?
Yeah. So that's like the early days, right? That's where it all started for sure.
How many people out there watching right now remember Mr. Crow's Garden?
Oh man, they just released a little like remastered thing a couple months.
It'll never be the original.
No, man. That was a jam.
I remember
94.9.
Yeah, I remember driving around town in my buddy's car, probably Brian Barkhouse's, funny enough, driving around his car. Brian's from Glace Bay, so that's probably where I heard it the first time, and absolutely. Just wheeling it.
Oh man, it's such a good song.
Yeah, it's just it's one of those tunes from that era. Like there's a lot of tunes from that era that we can never get sick of listening to, and it just fits right in the mold. Like that's
it does, man. Yeah, it fits in so well.
That, and I was working on my house, and I had a buddy down help me, and I had my Bluetooth speaker on, and I had just my random playlist, and this tune came on, and he's like, "This is really good. Who is this?" And I'm like, "You know who Bubbles is?" He's like, "Yeah, like from the Trailer Park Boys." I'm like, "Yeah, that's him playing guitar. That band's called Sandbox."
Oh yeah.
They were around for a minute a few years back.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but no, man,
it's a throwback.
I wonder if I can get him on the show to come sing that acoustically. Yeah, that might be worth it.
Idea.
Yeah,
Aaron's around playing all the time.
Yeah, why not? So, hey everybody, if you're just tuning in, this is Mr. Wayne Bedecki. He hails from Glace Bay, living on the mainland in Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
Here entertaining us tonight with his indie folk.
You can call it whatever you like.
Contemporary. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get the thesaurus out here so we can come up with some more words to decide on what we're gonna label you as. But it's Wayne's first time on the show, and I'm absolutely amazed with what he's got to offer us so far, and I can't wait to hear some more tunes from him. But my most important part of this show is making sure that you can see my face here every Monday night. I want to make sure that his face gets seen a lot more. So if you can and you're viewed in right now, click the share button. share us around. Make sure Wayne gets some attention out there. God knows, clicking that share button might get him his face and music in front of the right eyes one of these days, and get him a piece of paper signed for all his hard work and what he does. So if you can share it, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes 2 seconds to share it around so everybody else can see it. And I'll make sure that he's singing a tune by the time you're done sharing it, so everybody gets that first glimpse and goes, "Oh, this guy's pretty damn good."
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Share it up.
Yeah, share it up. We're gonna get another tune from Mr. Bedecki right now.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah. So what else you got for us?
I'm going to play you That's Where My Heart Is. And this is actually the only song that's going to be on my album that I didn't write. My friend Colette DeVoe wrote it.
Oh, okay. Another very talented local musician.
Yeah, we were playing a show together up in Halifax, and she played. And then we played together many times, and she was playing her set. And there was one song in the middle that I was like, oh, what was that? I never heard that. And then I asked her afterwards. She said, it's funny you asked me about that song because on my drive up to Halifax, I was thinking about that song, and I said, this sounds like a song Wayne should play. And then she'd offered it to me. She's like, I'm never going to use it, so you can use it and put it on your album. So give me your tune. Yeah. So this is going to be the only one on the album that I didn't actually write. And I've been having so much fun playing it the last little while since she sent me it. So yeah, it's been a blast, man.
It's awesome. So Wayne Bedecki doing a Call It DeVoe tune.
Yeah.
You don't get much more caper than that.
I know, right?
Hey, all right. Floor is all yours, man.
Thanks, man.
I bet your parents got married in a secret church under a secret name exchange, secret words, and I bet you they arranged for a secret birth. If you're not born that way, baby, you're a piece of work, and it's always the same damn thing with you. If it's not too much cocaine, then there's too much booze. Oh, you look so pretty when you sing the blues, and you look so sad in your dancing shoes, and that's where my heart is. That's where your heart is too. That's why it's so hard to get there, to get through, and that's where my heart is. That's where your heart is too. That's why it's so hard to get there. We get there, we do. Well, she makes the coffee and lit a smoke. Spoon on the counter, spit bad when she spoke. Packed a suitcase, threw it down the stairs. Lines on her face and sleep in her hair. Oh, come here, you little thing. Shut your mouth. Give it up, let it out. Meet me on the corner. Please take me downtown. Tell me all your stories, babe. We'll turn them around, and that's where my heart is. That's where your heart is too. That's why it's so hard to get there, to get through, and that's where my heart is. That's where your heart is too. That's why it's so hard to get there. We get there, we do. You phone got your words in my head. You played out about 1,000 times. You kept yourself good and quiet up until the middle of the night. Oh baby, there's something in the palm of your hand. It felt heavy square out of my chest. It's better when you're at your best. It's there waiting for you, ready to weather the rest. And that's where my heart is. That's where your heart is too. That's why it's so hard to get there, to get through, and that's where my heart is. That's where your heart is too. That's why it's so hard to get there. We get there, we do. I bet your parents got married in a secret church.
That's a cool little tune.
Yeah, man, it's great. I'm so grateful for Colette to offer it to me because
Yeah,
I've been
I
having
like
a
it.
blast playing it, and yeah, it really rounds it. Rounded out my album very well, so it fits in there really nicely.
Yeah. So speaking of album, you said you've been recording.
Mm-hmm.
COVID kind of got in your way.
Yeah, it slowed it down for sure.
Yeah. So where are you with the album? Like what's
So we're about 5 tracks are pretty much done. Actually, I just got another one with some mixing and stuff done. So luckily we had some tracking done, so we were able to mix a little bit during the COVID, but it definitely put a little pause to it. So we're about halfway. It's hard to put a timeline on it now with all this stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be kind of like early fall, like almost like a September kind of thing, but yeah, I don't know. We're not really trying to rush it. I've been working with Mark Baczynski. He's been awesome. He actually he used to be Classified's drummer.
Yeah.
He's he's a pretty cool cat, man. And
So I knew the name when you said it before. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know who that name is.
yeah, so he's been awesome to work with, and yeah, the songs have been taking they've been growing in a pretty cool way. So we're excited about it, man. It's so far so good.
Yeah, and a guy to come from that.
Yeah,
Like Luke Boyd is uh, 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 I love him. I absolutely love Classified's music because it's real. That's my favorite thing about him is that it's real. But the other side of it is that it's so well produced, but he produces it himself,
yeah, man. Did you see
right?
that video he put up on him showing them showing how he makes his beats and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah,
That was one of the craziest things I ever
yeah.
watched.
That's actually a track on one of his albums from
Mm.
years ago, right? And I've seen him and DJ Ivy do it live.
Oh
It's
yeah,
cool as hell. It's
yeah,
absolutely mind. But that's what he does. He goes through old records and finds samples. Well, look at Dave Sampson,
yeah. No, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Hey, I'm looking for music. Send me your records. Send me your songs. I'll see what I can do. Puts his album in. Here's the first line.
yeah,
Listens to the whole album and goes, "Wait a second, I never heard that song again." It turns it into a sample.
yeah.
Bam, gold record. Like with Snoop Dogg, right? Like who would have ever thought in a million years that
Yeah, man.
it's the weekend on the East Coast, got a little
Yeah,
crazy last night.
yeah.
Whoever thought that would be a hook on a gold record?
Class makes some magic for sure, man.
Yeah, I know, man. So like it must feel great to have a guy that's come from that experience
Yeah,
and
he definitely knows.
production and
Yeah, it helps the confidence for sure, and especially like he's a drummer too. So just like yeah, well, also when you're there in his little studio, he has the gold record kicking up on the wall for internet, so that's pretty cool.
yeah.
And yeah, it's just with his drums, like my songs became so much more lively than I thought they were going to be in a good way. Like I'm glad that it went that way because I could end up singing y'all slow. I wanted to slow everything down most times, which I don't really want to. I just tend to do that. So it's been great. Like once he grabs them and he puts some drum on it, and it's he knows how to get your head doing this one. So it's
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
yeah, like I said, that's what I mean. He came
yeah,
from
it's
that.
crazy.
He came from that, right? He
How to
knows,
get your
yeah.
head popping that way, and so the tunes, yeah, it's been a very cool experience.
Right. Well, that's when you first said the name, I was like, I'm almost positive that's, but I just didn't want to say it out loud and sound like an idiot. But then you said it, and I was like, yeah, totally. So, but you can go back and you can listen to previous Classified albums with that drum sound.
Yeah, I
And
listen to them all the time now. Yeah, I pick
it doesn't matter if it's a slow tune of him just putting a message out or it's an upbeat tune. Everyone's got a little,
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah, okay, yeah, that's what you want, right? It really catches your ears.
yeah,
So it's cool.
he drums with a band as well called Bend the River, and they're just unbelievable. Actually, one of my buddies, Rusty James, who I play and write with all the time, he showed me them a long time ago. And I didn't even realize it was Mark. This is before I was producing with him. He was producing anything. And then like it came up, I saw the picture and he was just in it. I was like, oh, that is Mark playing the drums on that. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And like I said, it helps round out your album. Right?
Absolutely.
It does.
Yeah. I'm really happy to have him working on it.
Yeah. Makes, I say it all the time. Anybody can record a tune. Right. Like you could sit at home and record your album and do an EP from home, or you can go into the studio, and there's lots of sound engineers out there, and there's some really good ones and there's some really great ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. One thing that's really funny to me that I've been learning is like, not everybody hears it the same as you, know? And sometimes it blows my mind. And I had to get used to that because this is my first time in the studio or anything. And I'm like, but how aren't you hearing that? Like when I just think he's going to hear it the same as me. But yeah, it takes a lot of trust too, right? And he's gained mine, and Chris O'Keefe does a lot of work on it, and yeah, so once you hear it, like sometimes because it's yours, and you're like, oh, I don't know, that's not how I heard it, and then you kind of give them the trust, and it comes together, and then
you go, holy shit, that's not how I heard it, but you just made it not even sound. Yeah,
as it's been going, they've been getting more and more trust from me for sure. So it's been fun, man.
Yeah,
in the process. So.
Well, like I couldn't play a tune if I tried my life, but I was fortunately I was in the studio with Town Heroes. Back in the fall or back in the winter there, and they were recording at Lakewind. Yeah. So it's like as talented as Bruce and Mike are to sit down and do what they do, to sit down and watch Sheppy.
Oh, it's incredible, man.
Like, oh yeah, this sounds good, but click, 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 click. This sounds better, and plays it, and I'm going, holy shit.
Yeah, that's why producers win awards and stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
Man, watching him on a keyboard gives me motion sickness.
Yeah,
but it's amazing. That's what I mean. Like you get good producers, and then you get great producers. So I'm glad that you got a great producer out there that's really
we're looking forward to getting it out there.
Yeah. So are you? You got something else from the album that we can sneak?
Yeah, sure, man. This is absolutely. This is a newer one that actually this is probably the only one that I wrote during COVID that I'm gonna sneak on there. So
cool. That's what I was gonna talk about that next. It's
not about that, but I was trying not to write about that.
No. In the comments, folks, I'm gonna drop Wayne's Facebook music page. If you guys can give him a like and a follow, make sure you stick around for his upcoming projects, and of course his live stuff that he throws on here too. Show him support, show him some love, and that's what the show is all about, is getting the names out there for everybody to make sure these people are recognized. He's a homegrown talent. He's here from Cape Breton and living in Halifax, making the most of his music experience. So give him some love, give him a follow, give him a like. That's the least you can do for what you're doing, sitting here and getting all this free entertainment out of him right now.
Right on.
And also share this video so we can get him around a little bit more.
Thanks, buddy.
All yours, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, this is a new tune called Dancing in the Rain. She walked into the party, wishing she's a fly on the wall. In their clothes just like their humor, so safe so they don't fall. And the room was filled with voices, so similar and sure, while they all raised up their glasses, saying, ain't this beautiful? Who are you to say what's right when all we've known is wrong? Been lied to all our lives, that breaking never came along. And she's been dancing in the rain, sleeping in her car,
So yeah, she took the money. That's why she's hanging on his arm. She could always hide her blindness from the shining of the diamonds. He placed them round her neck. It's hard to tell who was more pretend. He used words way too often, like wonderful and grand. Hid behind them like a mask to secure his place to stand. Who are you to say what's wrong? We just do the best we can with the cards that were dealt. Walk away or play your hand. Well, she's been dancing in the rain, sleeping in her car. So yeah, she took the money. That's why she's hanging on his arm. Don't need much, just a little peace of mind. He sees the dark side of the day, she sees the dark side of the night. And she's been dancing in the rain, sleeping in her car. So yeah, she took the money. That's why she's hanging on his arm.
I'm listening to the applause from the crowd.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Your nan's listening.
Oh yeah, always, man. Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Marie Bedecki says, "Hey Wayne, Nan and I are listening." Is that mom?
No, my aunt. Yeah.
Your aunt? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Your aunt and your nan
Biggest
hanging
fan,
out.
man. Yeah.
Hey,
Build up from there.
family's the biggest fans, man. That's what you got to love for, is the family loving on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, that's cool that your nan gets to tune in and watch you, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
She's up late too.
Yeah. Hey, party time.
Party time.
It's not even 10 o'clock yet. She's good. She's still got a little bit of time. Yeah, no, that's great, man. I'm after hearing some of these tunes, like I'm really excited to hear the album.
Cool, man. Yeah, I'm excited to get it out.
It's great to hear everything acoustically and just strip down. But
this is always my favorite way to play for people, man. I love just playing the. That's how I wrote them, right? So
yeah, I said that on the show a couple weeks ago. Is that that's my favorite thing about hearing an acoustic song, is because 9 times out of 10 that's how it was written.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how heavy.
Yeah.
Or how soft. It started on an acoustic guitar sitting in the back of a tour bus, or in your bedroom, or at a party some night, or just jamming with a fellow musician.
None of these were done at the back of a tour bus.
No, not yet. Not yet. Give it time. Give it time. We'll get you there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe by people sharing this around.
Exactly.
Hitting the share button might get you in front of a corporate corporate person or somebody with the right connections to share you around and say, hey, this guy's got a good voice, we should do something with him. So yeah, so you got a that's what you wrote for COVID.
Yeah, that was I've gotten a
Not what you
good
wrote for COVID, what you wrote during COVID.
Yeah, for sure, man. I was pretty happy with it. Yeah. I was reading a book actually. It's called Americana. It was about social class and racism and all that heavy stuff. And there was a paragraph in it, and it had some of those lyrics. I read the paragraph, and then the song kind of came from that. It's just I have the paragraph written down somewhere, but it was about them walking into a room, and everyone's voices was sounded so similar and sure, and then like it kind of came from that.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's not about the book, like it's not really like that, but that's very
it's inspiration.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Which is, I said this like since I've come back to the Monday Night Jams and started doing it again. It wasn't in the middle of the pandemic. It was like when the pandemic really started.
Yeah.
Taking some speed. And I've been saying it all along every week is that like I can't wait to see what's written in this time, because
there's a lot of writing getting done.
Yeah, like you're literally locking musicians inside four walls and saying you have nothing but a guitar and paper.
Yeah, and I didn't want to for the first little while. Like I didn't want to write and I didn't want to play. I didn't like want to feel forced to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not writing just because I'm stuck in here. Like I didn't want to. But then it started going on for so long. It's like, okay, I got to change that mentality. But it's been good for that, man. Like a lot of time to just sit back and dig into some stuff. And actually, like Jordan Musician and Colette helped with that song too. I had like pretty much done, and then I was just trying to kind of wrap it up and make it work. And then so I call in the recruits to just help me polish it up. And
called in the heavyweights.
Bounce the ideas off of and stuff like that. So,
but no, it's I know myself. Like I'm a photographer. I didn't have to close. I didn't have to stop working. It wasn't a mandated thing, but my thing was more on the side of safety. I didn't want people to have to travel. I didn't want people to be out. I mean, when I do my job, I'm usually like yourself. I'm usually 6 feet away from people at minimum anyways. So I wasn't really too concerned about that. But in the eyes of safety, I decided not to do it. And I was sitting here and I was just like, oh my God, like, what do I do? So I started going back through old hard drives and start re-editing photos and right. And went back through stuff and was just like, I didn't realize that I did this and I didn't like it then, but now I absolutely love it. Right. So, and I've talked to some other musicians that have been the same, that have been like, I started writing a song 3 or 4 years ago and absolutely just got disgusted with it and said, I'll never make anything out of it. And now just sat down and finished it.
Yeah.
Like it was nothing. Right. So it's good that it put us in a situation where you had to play with your mind a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I don't know. I don't want to say it was nice because obviously it's a very sad time and there's a lot of, but it was like to put it on pause for a minute, It was, I didn't hate that part of it.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Like to take life and say, it stopped. Like everybody says, man, I wish I could just pause life for a minute. Well, that's exactly what happened. We all had to press pause.
Not everyone, the essential workers and stuff like that. So
and
them God, for sure, they grind it through it. But
God love them people, man. I mean, it doesn't matter what you did. If you had to work during this, hats off to you, right? It doesn't matter if it was the Dollarama or EHS or doctor in the OR. Like if you had to go out and face people and put your life at risk to deal with this,
I can see you're pretty lucky for that, right? So
and at the same time, I feel bad for people that had to go out and stress and work about that. Like I know people that didn't see their kids for weeks and weeks because they're a frontline worker, right? Like that's it's hard on the mental health, man. It's hard on the old,
absolutely.
It's hard on the thinker,
it definitely is, man. But then there's beautiful things like Monday Night Jams.
Yeah, well, that's why I came back. That's like we talked about in the green room. Like I was away from it for a while. I had my own personal issues while I backed away, and then I seen what was going on, and I seen some shows and that, and I was like, all right, it's time. It's time to get back. I can't sit here and not entertain people that have nothing to do. Let's bring some music back to them and get some eyes open and share some stories and do stuff like that. So,
well, there's a lot of people who are glad you did, man. So thank
yeah. Yeah, no, I guess they are. We just got our ratings in. If anybody isn't following or doesn't know, we just got our ratings in for January until the end of May the other day. And thank you to everybody that tunes in and joins in, and everybody that has come on and played and entertained and everything, because it makes my life so much easier. We were ranked number 1 in all of Ripple Effects with 40,000 plus viewers just on the Monday Night Jam. And I said from January till the end of May, but if you're just a newer viewer, I said this started during the pandemic. Our first show back from last November was March 23rd with Dylan DeVoe was my first show. So March 23rd until the end of May, 40,000 plus viewers. Thank you so much, everybody, for voting, for just tuning in. Those numbers don't lie, make us number 1. And shout out to everybody else on Ripple Effects that is just banging out numbers like crazy. My good bud and music show partner, Dylan, got number 2 right in behind me with 20,000. Like, music's where it's at, man. Music's where it's hitting right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I woke up the other morning and seen those numbers, and I was like, "Are you like, holy shit,
that's crazy?" Yeah,
like I know I get good numbers on the show, like we get really good viewership in that, but like 40,000 plus people.
It's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, that is a lot of people. It's insane how many people tune in, right? You don't realize it because, I mean, I sit here and watch during the show, and you see the little counter up top that shows.
Yeah.
But that's only at right now. That's how many are here.
Exactly.
Right? Throughout the show, it spans, and then it never goes away, and that's it's mind blowing that we get to do it. So again, thank you everybody that tunes in faithfully every Monday night, or just one Monday night or whatever, and is part of the show. And again, the biggest part of this show is you can sit here and look at my ugly face every week, but the biggest thing that I got to say thank you to is thank you to all the musicians that come on here. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have the Monday Night Jam. It would just be me sitting here rambling about absolute nonsense. So thank you to every single person from last year to right now that has come on and done the shows and done the showcases and the tributes and everything. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I can't wait to keep bringing you more and more crazy good entertainment like Mr. Wayne Bedecki.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been nice to be here.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting around playing anyway, man. So I might as well.
That's and and I love that it's on Monday nights, because even if everybody gets back out and partying and going back to bars and playing everything, nobody does shit on a Monday night.
No.
So I can always land somebody for a Monday night gig.
Yeah, keep it rolling, man. You've been doing awesome. Congrats on all the success with it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Tuning in too.
Yeah, I know you said that yourself. You're a fan of the show and tune in and watch what's going on. So it's cool. Yeah, it's awesome to hear that feedback, right? And I love hearing it. That's I went to the Petrocan the other day, and the girl behind the counter, she's like, "Oh my god, you're the guy from the Monday Night Show." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm Petrocan famous." Yeah. The girl that works at the Petrocan knew who I was.
Boom. That's where it starts, man.
Yeah. She didn't want my autograph or anything, though. It was kind of upsetting, but whatever.
I had one of those moments. I did my first live stream there on Sunday night, like just my personal, just me on Sunday, and I did the live stream, and I had someone message me the next day, and they had the lyrics and the chords written out for one of my songs and said, "Is this right?" And I was like, "Whoa." Because he was like, "That sounds awesome." And he wrote out all the lyrics and the chords, and he was like, "Can you check this and let me know if I got this right?" Because he wanted to start playing it, covering it. I was like, "Whoa,
cool!"
I was like, "That's it. I'm done. That's it for me, man."
I always see covers as some people are like, "Oh, you're just taking somebody else's tune." I don't see it as I always see a covered tune as a tribute.
Oh my god, absolutely! Right? I do a lot of covers, like when I started, that's all I was doing was a lot of cover stuff, and like I put a lot into the covers because like I do the cover because I love that song and that artist usually, right? And so when he did that, I was like, man, what an honor! It was the first time.
So, cool. It's pretty cool that
No one at Petro can notice me or anything like that.
Well, yeah. I know. I'm kind of a big deal now, but but no, it's cool. I love seeing local musicians play other local musicians.
Yeah.
That's great, right? Like Dylan, for example. Dylan DeVoe does a bang up job of Dave Sampson's Trouble. Like,
Oh yeah. Fuck,
yeah,
that's
right.
first time.
Hey, on the show is advertised as acoustic, unscripted.
Oh, there
Right?
you go.
Yeah. You're allowed to drop an F bomb. They come out. Some people more than others, but they do come out. It does happen. It's fair. So, you just mentioned, you used to play a lot of covers. Do you have one particular that you'd like to share with us? I'm sure somebody out there would love to hear a Wayne Bedecki version of something.
Interesting.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Yeah,
Eh?
you did. Yeah. I always have two staples, right? So I'll do some Jason Isbell for you.
All right.
Yeah, this is.
So again, if you're just tuning in, you've been hanging out here for a little while and you haven't heard me say it, give this video a share. Please just hit the share button. Get this guy's face out there. It's not all about me. It's about getting this guy some
I want
love.
to get noticed at Petro Can Theater.
Well, yeah, we want to get Wayne famous at the Petro Can. That's the big thing. He wants to go get his gas tomorrow and be like, "Oh my God, I seen you last night. I heard you sing." Someday it'll happen. Again, I'm going to throw Wayne's music page in the comments. Just give him a follow, give him a like on his music page. He's got as he's already said, if you haven't heard him, he's got an incredible album coming out that's very well produced. Hopefully this year, depends on how COVID allows it to happen, but it's coming. So here you go, man. It's all yours. It's a little bit of a cover tune.
Well, Jason is there.
Heart on the run, it's a hand on the gun. Can't trust anyone. I was so sure, what I needed was more. Tried to shoot out the sun. In days when we're flew off the page, such damage was done. And I made it through, 'cause somebody knew I was meant for someone. Can't leave your boots by the bed. We're leaving this room. To someone needs medical help. The magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop. And cover me up. You know you're enough to use me for good. And cover me up. You know you're enough to use me for good. Put your faith to the test when I tore off your dress and reached me on high. And I sobered up, I swore off that stuff forever this time. In your never seen, I thought it'd be me who'd help him get home. And home was a dream, one I never seen till you came along. Girl, hang your dress up to dry. You're leaving this room. Till Percy Priest breaks open wide and the river runs through. Carries this house on some stones like a piece of driftwood. Cover me up, you know you're enough to use me for good. Cover me up, you know you're enough to use me for good. Girl, leave your boots by the bed. We're leaving this room. So someone needs medical help. The magnolias bloom. It's cold in this house and I ain't going out to chop. So cover me up, you know you're enough to use me for good. Cover me up, you know you're enough to use me for good.
Hey man, that's spot on.
I love that.
It was good to hear that tune, just because it takes you away from your tune.
Yeah.
Right? So it hears you. Not that it changed your style, anybody. It's cool to hear you do somebody else's tune to hear what else you have, right?
Yeah, I love that song, man.
Yeah, you have a little bit of Tyler Childers,
Oh, wow.
right? That's I mean, he's got a little bit of power.
Yeah,
when he comes up on it, right? You keep it at the low part. But no, it's good, man. I just said that to my friend there, talking to them on Facebook while you're playing. I was like, hey, he's got a really good voice to him. Like
cool. And I appreciate that.
He fits in that mold.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. What do you got? I think we've done a pretty good show here, and
yeah, man, that's good. I appreciate being on.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. It doesn't matter how many people I ask to come on the show. I'm always nervous to ask someone to come on the show because I feel like it's going to be like, no. Everybody's been like, yeah, and I've gotten like, sorry, I can't. Or, I've got this going on and that going on, and that's cool. I totally understand busy schedules. I have one myself. I totally get that, but I always just have these like butterflies when I say, hey, would you come on the show? And every single person I ask is always like, oh my God, I'm so flattered and honored that you'd even ask. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm asking you, because you're super goddamn talented. That's why I'm asking you to come on the show in the first place.
Man, you've been doing a good job.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's it's win-win both ways. I love just chilling and talking to these new people that I never met and people that I've known before, and it's just great. It's a great opportunity for everybody.
It's a fun way to stay connected to you, right? It's been awesome for that.
Yeah, and it's it's only ever growing. We're just slowly getting there, and I'd love to finally be able to do one of these like side by side, or at least 6 feet
Soon,
away from somebody on the same camera, not
yeah.
two
Soon enough.
cameras and two.
Soon
Yeah, we're
enough.
getting there. We're getting there. We'll at least try something soon enough. We'll be able to get a little bit something more going. The the big overall project in the beginning was that we do a songwriter circle to relaunch the show. That was the whole
Absolutely.
hope to start the
That's
show. We had a venue, we had a plan, and the world said no.
Yeah.
But that's give it time. We'll get there. As long as people listen and do what they're told, and
Yeah, man, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
yeah, the people got to realize, oh, we're not there yet.
No,
Like,
no, we're not there yet.
keep pumping the brakes right now. Don't go full throttle yet. Pump the brakes. Continue to stay safe.
Just because it's nice out.
Just because it's nice out, they're starting to open up a little bit of stuff doesn't mean that we can go full throttle right back at it. Like just hold on. I don't want to be in full lockdown again. You don't want to be in lockdown again. Nobody wants to do that stuff. Like just stay home if you don't have to be out there. I know it's nice and that, but there's all kinds of yard work to do after the winter and everything. I know I got my idiot tan the other day cutting the grass, so
I got one going on now too.
yeah, if I take off my shirt right now, I have a tank top on without having a tank top on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Anyways, again, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I do appreciate it so much. Again, the ratings were showing the other night. We are number one on Ripple Effects with 40,000 plus viewers in just a few short weeks. So I do appreciate everybody coming on here and tuning in and joining us. And I appreciate even more the musicians that come on and share it. And I'm sure I could speak for the musicians when I say they appreciate you coming on and listening to them and sharing their music and listening to their videos on YouTube and streams on Spotify and buying those albums after they hear you for the first time. I know I'll put them on the spot right now, but Brian Barkhouse, my buddy there, Brian Vincent, in the comments, he watched the tribute show last week with the Tragically Hip.
Yeah, I tuned in for a bit too.
Yeah, and he messaged me afterwards, and he was like, "Man, that Andre guy he's good." And I was like, "Well, do you have Spotify?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, go get Spotify, and you can listen to all his tunes." Yeah. So instant fan. So he did. He downloaded Spotify and he started listening to his albums. But I'm like, that's what it's all about. It's like finding
benefits of all these. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what it's absolutely all about. And I can't wait for your new albums to get out there and start pumping some more tunes out.
Soon, man. Soon.
You have to get a single released at least. Slide a single.
Yeah, that's getting close.
Cool.
Yeah.
How do you want to end the show? It's on you, man. You're the man with guitar.
You're the pro. Oh, you want me to play it out?
You play it out, buddy. The show closes with you.
Right on. I'll play a tune. It's going to be on the album. It's called Running So Long.
Cool.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you again, Wayne, for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Next Monday night, June 8th, 9 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, here on the Monday Night Jam. I am absolutely honored to have a long-lost childhood friend as my guest. Her grandparents lived 3 houses away from my childhood home, and we used to play together when we were kids, and we reconnected over the last few years via Instagram, and she's going to be my guest next week. So I am so happy to say that Molly Babin will be my guest next week on the Monday Night Jam. So until then, I will see you next Monday. Wayne, it is all yours, my man.
Thanks for having me, buddy. This song's called Running So Long.
Go so long, I can't find my way home. It'd be the same old town, playing the same old shows. Tread my 19 full days, and I suppose, oh, I suppose the run is so long. running so long, running so long, I can't take it anymore. Surrender to the big old sun, it's been said. Stand stubbornly alone, stones as legs. Walk colors of the flower trail, you see it ain't all dead. Patience in each day, doves will fly overhead. Oh, breathe it in, running so long, running so long, running so long, I can't take it anymore. Not as many around anymore to listen to the stories I tell. And my truth wasn't cheap, so it won't be sold. Lesson paid so fairly well, fairly well. Running so long, running so long, running so long, I can't take it anymore.
Absolutely incredible. Thanks again, Wayne. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Next week, Molly Babin, 9 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time here on the Monday Night Jam. Stay safe, everybody. And with everything else that's going on in the world right now, I'm sure Wayne will agree with me. Just be nice to everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, what color you are. Just be nice to one another. We're all in a shitty situation together.